Welcome to another League of Legends 1 vs 5 challenge. This week, your champion is Ekko. Get it?
The rules are simple. Select a random champion, choose masteries, runes and spells that match and start up a game against 5 random AI controlled bots. Then the fun begins. Start a lane and farm as usual, trying to win the game against the 5 opponents before they beat you. The results are then posted in a league. 3 points for a win by destructing every enemy structure, 2 points for a win in any other way, and 0 points for a loss. The winner is then decided from a pool of 3 point champs with the lowest winning time crowned the winner. This is the 1v5 challenge.
The skin will be Sandstorm Ekko, and we're up against Cho'Gath, Master Yi, Ezreal, Soraka and Shen will be up in middle lane against Ezreal, and they've once again chosen to take the exhaust. And we're going to start right up in these opening moments. Ezreal's going to chase us down. We can land the Q straight away, get 2 stacks on there. There's the auto attack doing the damage over time. Ezreal's going to run away, do a bit of damage with his basic attacks. And his Q is going to chase us down. We can start the Q rolling again. 2 stacks on there. We're fairly low health. He's going to hit us with the Q, and our pots are going to get us out of trouble on this occasion. And a early escape from Ezreal, who is getting hit by the Q once more. Start poking him down from a distance. I'm going to stay quite well back. He seems to be quite aggressive early on. One of the more aggressive AI champions that we faced in this middle lane. The pots are used to their full extent, and we're starting to catch him back up with his health. He's going to try and focus with the Q. It's not quite going to reach. Ours reaches on the other hand. We get 1 stack on him, which wears off by the time we do the basic attack. Second 2 times. There's the ignites, there's the Q, there is the first blood. And we can start farming these minions and pushing on the tower fairly early on. So the rules are very simple for this 1 vs 5 challenge. Basically, you get 3 points for a win by destroying all the other enemy structures. Then the champions that get 3 points go up in a table. The champion that does it in the fastest time will win the challenge. If you manage to win but without destroying all of the structures through super minions pushing through or having to quickly rush the game because of the AI being fairly strong, you only get 2 points. And of course, if you lose to the AI, there are no points available. Ezreal pushing early on here, looking to be one of the more aggressive bots. There is a fairly strong mixture and difference between the way the AI will play. Ezreal looks to be one of the more aggressive champions. We can keep poking though from a nice distance away. So the trick is to stay in tandem with the outer lane. So once they destroy a tower, we need to have already pushed on ours, or if not, even further ahead. Once the AI push and get a second tower in the outer lanes, they tend to all rush towards that lane and try and push through. That's when we can get into a little bit of trouble. Having to defend that without pushing in any other lanes is a fairly hard balance to get right. Hopefully though, with Ekko, he's a fairly strong burst champ, can get big clumps of bots down fairly quickly. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Early game, getting Ezreal out of the way as quick as possible. Pre 5 minutes, the towers only take 50% damage, so that's something else we have to contend with, getting as much damage down as early as possible. And we're going to jump straight to Ezreal, and it's not going to be enough. The minions are going to start doing some damage to us, but we can then clear them. We've taken full AP runes. I believe that includes about 2% spell vamp, so we will regain a little bit of life here and there. We're going to recall for the very first time in this game. Start building towards the Morellonomicon. We'll go back into lane and continue to try and get rid of the tower. I'm going to hit Ezreal, and so the tower will focus if we don't get out of the way. Use the W as a handy shield there. Ezreal again, there's 2 stacks, can't quite reach him, and the E is on the cooldown. Now we have our ults available. Ezreal's going to keep trying to focus with the auto attack. He's going to get hit by our minions though in return. I'm going to do a little bit of damage, not enough to get the kill, but still. They are going to send him back to the base. Just over 5 minutes. We're going to keep farming in lane, clearing the minions out of the way as quick as we can, and hopefully getting this tower down fairly swiftly. It's not got much health left, and a couple of hits will sort that out, so we can return to base to try and finish off the Morella and Nomicon. And the purchase of that will hopefully help us out as we come back into the lane against Ezreal. Stun him straight off, do a lot of damage, but Shen is going to use his ult to get to him. When they ignite the Ezreal, not sure it's going to be enough though. As Shen blocks the auto attacks, then the taunt. Have we bitten off more than we can chew? We're going to use the ult to get out of trouble there and damage those minions, getting a little bit of health back, but no kills on that occasion. It does, however, give us a chance to push up on this second tower using the E, do a bit of bonus damage and clearing the wave as quick as we can to allow our minions to do some damage as well. There goes the AI wave, but at the same time we lose ours. There's Ezreal returning, seeing what he can do. Won't push too far as we are a lot more powerful at this stage. Despite having fairly low health, we're going to try and convince him to get us into this bush. We're going to use the W to stun, then there's the Q, there's the E, and can we secure this kill? One Q surely will be enough, and it is for the killing spree. And that gives us a chance to push on this second tower. The outer lane's still waiting to push on the first, so clearing these fairly quickly. And there is another enemy turret destroyed, already at level 9. And we have got a chance to push on the third tower. The inhibitor turret as our first tower is destroyed, up in the top lane. Now, however, the problem with pushing in the middle, it means that the AI might start to come and help. Our bottom turret as well going down there. Have the opportunity to get Ezreal though. Use the E, jump straight to him. Shen's coming. Too late, so we can use the ultimate to get straight out of the way. Shen is still arriving, although slower. From the middle lane, he's going to taunt us into attacking. We're going to use our W to stun him, then the E to do some damage, then there is the kill. There is another kill. It's 5-0. Just over 10 minutes played, and we can use this to our advantage, and it might be enough to destroy this middle tower. We have to get out of the way though. With the focus coming on to us, we can use the W to shield ourselves and safely get back to the base. That chance is not taken, as we're going to push on to Ezreal and Soraka. Going to stun them straight off into Q, get the kill on Ezreal, silenced by Soraka, it won't matter. Get the auto attack away, taunted by Shen, we're going to get slowed as well. There's the Q back onto Soraka, is it going to be enough to get the kill? It's not. There is the attacks from Shen. Is the shield going to get up in time? No, it's not. There's the shutdown, there's the 6-1, and the bots have their kill early on in this match, and it's going to be a while before we respawn and have that chance to get back up again as the AI push out to the bottom and the top lanes. There's not much we can do about it. Upon respawning though, we can do a little bit. I'm going to jump straight into that top lane fight against Cho'Gath Master Yi. We're going to get silenced and knocked airborne though, which will slow us down, using the ult to do a lot of area of effect damage. There's the Q, there is the E, there is the double. We can push now in this top lane, or choose to change to the middle lane, which is what we do now, and push on the 3 that are going to try and do something here. We can send our shield and stun straight off and jump into it, getting the shield, getting the kill straight on Shen with the help from the tower, which is going to mean that Soraka and Ezreal are going to start running away. They've got 2 stacks on the passive. Ezreal tries to get his ult off. We're going to get the shield from the W. Soraka's going to do a little bit of banana damage. And they're going to run away. The minion sacrificing his life to save us. We're going to send our shield back up again. And there it goes. We're going to take the shield and send the Q off towards Ezreal. Get that kill. And that little tiny bit of spell vamp paying its dividends. And we're surviving to clear that wave of minions. We will have to go back though, as we are so low. When we return to this middle lane, we'll have Soraka and Ezreal back again. We can stun Ezreal using the W, getting that bonus shield, and sending 3 passive strikes onto him, using the Q to finish him off. Knocks airborne by the Cho'Gath, shouldn't cause him too many problems though. He tries to eat us, but using the Q secures the kill despite the Soraka ultimate. Soraka is starting to gather with friends at that top lane. Push on. We can push on ourselves though through this middle. We're going to get taunted by Shen and slowed, but we've still got that bonus attack damage on the Shen, and the kill is fairly easy. Now having the advantage of the Hextech Gunblade, the bonus spell vamp and lifesteal as well, we can push straight onto this tower. It's going to go down fairly easily despite Ezreal's best efforts to keep us away. We can use our W to get a little bit of a shield, and then the E almost in range of Ezreal. Going to get slowed by Cho'Gath, then silenced, but still we can auto attack and secure that kill on Ezreal. We're going to send our Q off twice, get the double on Cho'Gath. Then Soraka's going to try and do something. What can she do? Nothing. There's the triple. There is the taunt by Shen. There is the E onto him. Can we stun him in time? We can. We can get the bonus shield, send the E off with the Q. He's got 2 stacks. All it takes is 1 hit on the Q. There's the legendary, using our ult to get back out of tower range. Delayed quarter kill there. Only Master Yi is left in bot lane. He was pushing. He may come back to defend though, helping Ezreal out, but can we get the inhibitor down in time? We're going to send the W, try and get that shield. There's the E to do that bit of extra bonus damage. Use the Q on Cho'Gath to slow down, and then we can run away fairly safely after destroying the first enemy inhibitor. Now the race is on. Can we get the further towers down? But before we do that, we can get a legendary off Ezreal and the double off Master Yi. Can we get the rest of the structures down before the super minions push in that middle lane? We can get a triple kill there though. Send the Q off. Can we get the quadra on Shen? It's going to take a little bit more damage, but there it is. There is the quadra kill. And we have a chance to push and go for the 2 points, but it's going to be a fairly safer bet to go back and go for the 3 points with such a strong champion. Around 19 minutes gone. It's going to look like a fairly quick time. And we're going to push this top lane, trying to destroy all those structures in the outer lanes to go for the maximum. Proving to be very little challenge, the top lane. We go straight through to the enemy base in less than a minute. And Soraka trying to defend on her own. Can't do much apart from silence, but it's not silencing the inevitable. And there she goes, as we can push on the inhibitor now to split the bot's attentions. We're going to leave the minions to finish it off and teleport into bot lane and try and push this through. There goes the Q, clearing that little clump of minions, and the second Q doing the same to the next set. Only a case of when rather than if we get to the base. It's going to be sooner rather than later as we attack that tower. The top inhibitor has managed to stay intact despite the minions being there, so we will have to destroy that as well. But Soraka is going to try and defend this bottom lane tower as well as the middle inhibitor comes back up. Something that won't be coming back up anytime soon though is Ezreal, who succumbs fairly quickly to our attacks. We're going to keep attacking these waves, clearing them out of the way, trying to let our minions finish off the inhibs. Master Yi is going to try and attack us for the first time in this game. Going to send our Q straight off, set the double, using the W to help us. We can use our auto attacks and W in tandem to try and knock down the Cho, who has got fairly tanky, not tanky enough. There goes the bottom lane inhibitor. We have a chance to get the middle lane inhib as well, sending the Q off to clear the wave of minions, which it does fairly easily. There is the middle inhib. And Ezreal and Soraka are going to try and defend that bottom lane. We can switch our attentions to the top lane now and try and get the inhibitor down that was already fairly well damaged. Our minions are going to attack those towers, and with those two towers left, it's surely just a matter of time before we get them all out. We're going to send our Q to do some damage. We're going to get taunted straight away by Shen. There's not much we can do about this. We're getting shut down now with the taunts and the stuns and the silences. They are proving to be formidable when they are together. The trick is to try and keep the bots apart as much as possible. But as we get into the end game, we are looking stronger with our Rabadon's death caps ×2. So strong, in fact, we can go for Dragon with fairly easy, quick results. There is the Dragon, the Ocean Drake is down, we can recall back to the base.
Time doesn't heal all.
After slaying this critter, it's going to be a fairly easy victory. After this recall, we can teleport to the main base to finish it off, but there's no need. The super minions have done it. Ekko with the 3 points for the victory. Job done.